This is the Team Objection podcast for April 19th, 2018, episode 337, I think. I don't have my notes in front of me. And some of you will be able to tell why, some of you won't. For those who are listening on the audio side, as we traditionally have done for 335 plus episodes at this point, welcome to the usual show. However, you might be missing out because we're also doing it on the YouTube channel, and you can actually see us while we do the show. And so if that's the case, this is all like brand new frontier.
You're missing so much if you can't see us.
You're missing our faces.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle, how do you feel like you look today?
I look cute today.
Yeah,
I put on makeup. I have wings on my eyeliner. I went all out. I'm feeling pretty good.
You can't even see it.
I
Your bangs are
I
in
have
the
my
way.
bangs and my glasses covering my face. I realize this now, but it was a thought that counts.
Too much hipster stuff going on at once, and it's overlapping. It's a problem.
It's a little much, but it's okay.
Also, please don't expect this level of effort on subsequent weeks, but at least for the
yeah,
first
this
one.
is it. This is like the pinnacle, and it's all downhill from here.
Did you shower even?
Oh, no, I didn't shower. Are you
Oh,
kidding?
okay,
Are you kidding,
Well, now,
Shaun?
let's
That
not
would
go
be too
crazy.
much.
Let's not go crazy here.
She's not getting married or something. It's just, regular type stuff.
Yeah.
So, if you have, just happen to tune in on the regular channels, again, go to the YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Objection Network. You can do the video side of the podcast. And if you're one of the types who likes to listen while you're at work or something and you can't watch, well, you can always put the video on in the background and switch over when you can. Or if you like it, the regular channels will still work. iTunes and all that stuff is going to continue no matter what. It's not like we're going to abandon ship. So,
You guys, you can see my co-eating Cambria shirt. I've worn this for 340 episodes now, and you can finally see it.
Okay, I kind of like it. Wait. Can I see more of it? That's a good design, actually. I'm not a huge fan of Coheed and Cambria, but I respect them, and I respect that design a lot.
I hate you. You got to respect the design. You got to respect the band, too, because they're amazing.
I said that. I said I respect the band.
Oh.
but you have to respect the band,
But
though.
you have to like the band.
Oh,
And the
okay. Yeah,
music.
that's a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, no dice.
So we thought a good way to kick off our being on air on video for the first time was to pull up a list of celebrities that we find attractive and judge them by their looks.
Yes,
That we
Yay.
thought that was a good idea.
sure. It's important to be as shallow as possible, and we figured why not introduce ourselves to YouTube by looking like the biggest assholes imaginable, and in this case, we're going to go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I have to introduce something really quick, though.
Okay.
Because-
I'm ready.
You're ready. Okay. I'm
Yes.
glad you interrupted me to tell me you're ready.
Yeah, you can see he's talking now. There's no excuses anymore.
We're getting ready to do a trip soon, so I just wanted to let you all know. Mother of two killed when Southwest jet engine fails in midair.
Mm-hmm.
Flight makes emergency landing.
Well,
The
it's going to
engine
be
exploded.
really nice to die by your side.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
engine exploded, Michelle, and she was like hit with a bunch of shrapnel and died and was almost sucked out of the plane.
Yep, almost right out the window.
That's...
There's a
So-
couple people who took awkward videos, and they're not super graphic, but even so, it's a little uncomfortable if you ever want to fly again. It's not great.
Well, as Morrissey once said in The Smiths, to die by your side is such a heavenly way to die. So I look forward to it. Come June, we'll be dead together.
I can only hope I have that perspective when our plane goes down. Well, I just wanted to say to share that.
Great, I'm glad-
uplifting
yeah.
news that's our future.
So,
And now I'm ready for the list.
So why bother ranking anything when we're just going to die in a jet engine?
Or why bother not ranking anything? Well, who cares about the lashback is what I want to say. What's
Yes.
the
That's
word?
it. That's what it's
Backlash.
called.
Backlash. Yeah.
The lashback.
Mm-hmm. Flashback. Yeah, great.
Well, I have prepared an excellent list.
Yeah, but you wanted to go last.
Yes, I do.
So is that how we're doing it? We're going like one person does their entire list?
Just the girls and then the guys.
Oh no, that's troubling because I mixed mine up.
right,
What?
which is what you were instructed to do. So the fact that Shaun didn't is very telling, as usual, for
No,
this show.
2 lists. That one
Did you
full
do 2
list?
lists of 10?
No, 2 lists of 5.
Okay, that's fine then.
Oh, that's better.
Let's see. If you did 2 lists of 10, you're getting kicked off this episode.
I did what makes sense. 2 lists of 5.
All right. Well, the other 2 people didn't do that, but that's okay. So we should definitely go last because you broke the format. Michelle, do you want me to go first? Are you shy?
I'm not shy.
So Michelle should go not first because she has some people missing, and I have some people missing, and I'm thinking these are my wild card spots, and I'm waiting for you guys to like sway me.
Okay. So I have to go first.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't have to do your whole list. You can do half, but
Well, I guess the question was, we could all do we can't though because you didn't do 10 total. As I say, if we were doing 10 total, we could all be like our number 10 or number 9, blah, blah, blah. But
That's how I thought we were going to do it.
yeah, well.
I mean, I can figure it out. I'll do it on the fly. So you do your number 10, and then I'll go.
You seem so put out by the idea.
Because then we'll have all the number 1s at the end. It'll be a big reveal. And that's important.
I can hardly wait.
So our top
like
10,
that.
what?
She likes
Oh.
it.
Oh. Yeah, you're going to notice quickly that all your interjections aren't going to fly super good on video now.
Sorry.
Here comes Michelle. She's got something to say. What's that? It's 4 seconds of something? Well, okay.
Michelle got steamrolled last week, and she
This is
decided that she needs
did.
revenge.
Yeah, this is the get back. That's fair. I don't know why it's on me because it wasn't my fault, but hey.
I know, that was not Chris.
Could
That
you
was something
ima-
else
It wasn't
entirely.
me.
Oh.
It wasn't me. I didn't steamroll anybody.
Yeah, that's never
I
happened.
was just fighting for my honor.
That's actually true. Both
Is
of
it?
you are fine.
It was mostly Kevin. And if
Yes,
Kevin
it
was
was.
here this week, we wouldn't get a word in because he'd just be checking himself out
Yes.
on video.
Also true.
And he wouldn't have anybody. We couldn't even get him to say one person he thought was attractive, so his list of 10 would be a disaster.
That's true.
All right, anyways, our list of the 10 most attractive celebrities, essentially. Actors, actresses. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but I think we've all gone that route. And attractive is pretty subjective. Obviously, there is some component of physical stuff, but if there's something else about it that really made them endearing, that you could put them on your list too. So it could be very subjective, but that's the whole point of the list anyways.
Yeah, so we're not just judging them by their looks. We're saying based on their looks and personality, would we bang them?
Mhm.
It's so different.
Yes.
It's much classier this way.
Yes.
I'm not quite doing that, but that's okay. It's okay.
All right. My number 10, because I'm going first. And then I guess it's Michelle and then Shaun.
Yes.
Okay.
My number 10 is Ryan Reynolds.
I love him. Like, I don't think he's really like sexually attractive. Like, he's not appealing to me, but I love him. I think he's a delightful person.
I think he's gone like on both ends of the spectrum. I think he was people's hottest man alive for a year or two, but that was a
Yeah.
few years ago. And like since then, I mean, him and Matthew McConaughey have sort of similar career tracks, and I only mean in the sense that like no one took them seriously for about 10, 12 years.
Yeah,
And now
it's
people
true.
go, oh, actually they're pretty good, and also they're attractive, and people like them. But you know, there's a different like sea change that happened a few years back, and now I think it's acceptable to think that Ryan Reynolds is both talented and attractive.
Michelle doesn't like Ryan Reynolds because he doesn't wear enough garbage. So
Well, that's going to be true of almost everyone on my list then, so we're in trouble.
that's so he's
Garbage?
out.
What do you mean?
Just like trash, like literally trash.
Yeah.
He's
Literal
not adorned
trash.
in like he doesn't look like he just got out of a dumpster behind your alleyway.
Right, he's not wearing the derelict line.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right,
Relieve
but
my balls.
Yes.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds was on my honorable mentions list.
All right.
Both of the Ryans, they were both people who were once on my list and are no longer on my list.
Gosling?
Gosling doesn't do much for me.
Ryan
He
Reynolds has a very nice abdomen,
Yes.
but and I like how the Deadpool thing is cool because it's like such a passion project for him.
no.
And it's like I mean it's huge now, but getting off the ground was not easy. So I'm glad that
No, he
it worked out for him.
He worked his butt off, and he looks horribly disfigured in it, and it's still fun.
I know. I love it. I love him.
All right,
It's
so
a good
you're next,
pick.
Michelle.
My number 10 pick is Emma Watson.
I remember her. We were just talking about her. Yeah.
She's
We
okay.
were. She's so cute.
I get like a
and
sisterly thing. Like I'm not like
No.
I want to go on a date with you. I'm like, hey, do you want to do my laundry? Just kidding.
What?
That's not. It's not a thing my
Is that
sister
a,
does.
is that a euphemism? Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. I want to like hang out. I think she'd be fun, but like I'm not like down.
You're not DTF.
I guess
not for Emma.
I don't think you're alone in that, though. I think some people have a problem with her in that they met her early on as Hermione, and
Yeah, they
now
grew
it's
up with her in a way.
weird because they first saw her when she was, 11?
Mm,
Yeah, that's definitely part of it.
Yeah.
I don't care about that.
Well, I don't either because I had no such problem. I haven't watched the Harry Potter movies, so she's pure to me. I didn't care about her when she was underage, and now she is of age, and it's fine.
Yeah, but then she's she's Belle, and Belle is really she's fine, but like she's like a sister. Like Ariel
No.
is like, hey, You come find me in a few years, which is definitely an okay thing to say.
But here's the thing. For the most part, actually, I'm gonna start lying right away. But I really like soft girls. They're so sweet and cute, and so that's my type, I guess. And
Soft.
that's what
Yeah.
soft. And so that's why I like her.
Soft girls.
Soft girls. Soft lesbians. It's a thing
Soft.
people like. She's not alone in that.
Soft. Okay.
Soft.
So you're done. That's your number 10.
You're finished. Get out.
Mine is The Rock.
Get out.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
I was close to having him on my list, but he wasn't
Really?
that close.
Yeah, because he's so if we were going pure like hotness,
Too bulky for me.
too bulky, too veiny.
Wait.
But
no.
charisma.
He's an attractive man, and I'm like, who do I like go see their movies because they're in it? I like The Rock. I go see The Rock,
But it's because he's entertaining, not because he's attractive.
but
I don't.
it makes him attractive to me.
No,
And then he's
not.
like, can you smell
I'm
what The
sorry.
Rock is cooking? And I'm like, I can, in fact, smell it.
Yes. You have to roll your L too. Smell la 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 la. Like he does.
I'm disappointed in you, Shaun.
Come on, The Rock is cool. I almost went with Zac Efron too, but they were in Baywatch together. and I
That
was
would
like,
have been a better
No,
choice.
The Rock is way better than Zac Efron. Because The
No.
Rock is cool, and he was never in a High School Musical called High School Musical.
Oh, I like Zach in Greatest Showman.
I didn't see
Zach,
that.
he has a good career on his hands nowadays.
Hugh Jackman, that would have been a good one, but my list
No.
is set in stone.
He was close.
Straight men pick the worst guys.
What do you mean the worst guys?
It's just
Because
disappointing.
you can
I'm
tell, like,
disappointed.
Hugh Jackman's a straight edge because he's not, like, on cocaine, and I can tell.
I want you to just take a moment here to remember that Michelle said straight men pick the worst guys. And maybe she's right, but I want you to look at the ones that she rolls out and decide how much her opinion actually matters on this subject.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
My
it.
men are solid, okay?
Just putting it out there for later. Do with it what you will, and that's it. I
I'm
won't say
going to
any
go
more.
with the lead singer of Neutral Milk Hotel because
Shut up!
just
I did
think
not pick Jeff
the way
or
he plays
Julian
the
for this
singing
list,
saw.
okay?
All right, well, that's my number 10.
All right. My number 9, and this surprised me how much she snuck up on my list, is Kristen Bell.
Aww. I love her. She wouldn't be on my list. She's not on my list, but I do like her a lot. I had a moment where I thought about her.
Well, this again has to do with more than just like raw attractiveness, because I think she's extremely talented, and there's a lot of things about her in a similar vein as The Rock. I'm not sure she's that charismatic, but just like quirks to her personality and the way she seems to come off in interviews and other stuff, where that adds to the package quite a bit. Because I'm
Like
not
when
going to
she
sit here and tell you
cries
that
when
like
she sees sloths.
Kristen Bell is the 9th most attractive person on the planet is not a sentence I'm trying to say with this, but the total package to me matters, and as such, she's my number 9.
I would have gone with, what's her name? The one that's on the Tangled voice actress.
Mandy Moore.
Mandy Moore. That would have been my Kristen Bell.
There was a time, maybe.
Yeah, I could see that.
A few years ago.
I compare them because they both voiced Disney movies, but
Yeah.
Mandy
Yeah.
Moore,
It's fair.
call me.
I like her speaking voice a lot, Mandy Moore.
Yeah, I like her singing voice. I had such a crush on Mandy Moore when she was in A Walk to Remember.
I remember that movie. I cried so hard.
Yeah. Okay, Kristen Bell. I like that.
Yeah.
Michelle,
So
how are you
far,
gonna
Chris
disappoint
has a
us
good
next?
list because, like, I like all the people. The Rock is the worst. Okay, I mean, like, I like him, but he should never be on any of these lists.
All right, for your number 9, in what way are you going to let us down, Michelle?
I'm gonna let you down real hard,
That's
real
what I
fast. Ben Wishaw's my number 9.
God, bisexual women pick the worst men.
I like him.
So
I mean,
not
he's
true.
cute, but he's like mousy.
I know, he's so cute. As Q in the Bond movies, so nice. Spicy meatball right there. He's so precious. He has perfect hair, and he's just like tall and like cute and small. I love him.
Tall
and he's
small.
so cute.
He is all of those.
Quick
He's
question,
so cute.
just to spoil things potentially for later. Is there anyone on your list taller than 5'8" or weighs more than 150 pounds?
Yes. And
Okay.
in fact,
All right.
2.
I'm not expecting like the Rock levels. I'm just curious if there's going to be any normal-sized, like average build humans.
Not really.
Okay. Just wondering.
We're working with it.
I mean, Ben Wishaw's okay.
He's not bad.
There's one, actually.
He's okay.
There's no accounting for personal taste. He's not objectively a bad pick. I'm not like, ugh. I'm just like, meh.
I mean, there's a reason he only polishes James Bond's shoes in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And
know
it's
what?
because he's a quarter of the attractiveness. But
No! Like, if you pick Daniel Craig over Ben Whishaw, you're a fool!
you are an American.
Prepare to be disappointed by number 5 then. Shaun, you're number 9.
I need to look at my list. Hold on a second. Let's throw in a girl in there. I'm gonna because I have these lists like a normal person. Top 5 girls, top 5 guys. And Chris and Michelle were like, you're doing it wrong. So I changed it. Gal Gadot. is my number
Okay,
9.
that's a good one.
You know, I
didn't care about her all that much. And I don't look at her as Wonder Woman and think like, oh my God, like so hot. There's not like a real sexual thing there. I just think she's so cool. And she's gorgeous, obviously, too.
yeah.
Your list so far, you're not following the rules, Shaun.
I said most attractive. She's
Okay.
attractive.
Well, I do think there's a point to like because of, and we've talked about this before, Wonder Woman didn't exactly sexualize her, so it's not like you think of her in that role until maybe Justice League.
Yeah,
And you think about that. But outside of it, she's got a whole bunch of stuff where she's like, yeah, she's hot.
I actually liked her less in Justice League because they kept going like up her skirt and like to her ass, and I was
Yeah,
like,
you're
I don't.
this is weird. I don't like that.
I don't need that a whole
not
lot.
here for that.
She was doing some kind of press conference and a girl was like crying and she like consoled her and it was cool. I
Yeah.
like her.
It's a nice moment. She probably should have been on my list. I forgot about her. But we had to whip this up in like 10 minutes, so it's okay.
She's Israeli, Michelle. I hope that's okay with you.
Why would this
Yeah.
not be okay with me?
Notably intolerant Michelle.
Yeah.
My number 8 is the first of 2 you may not have heard of, so you're already going to hate them, and it's Rachel Lake Cook.
I know her. She was in
Heard of
some
her?
bad show.
She's been in a few like lesser known shows.
She was in
Wait.
the OC, right?
I think so. I guess I could look real
She's
quick.
like
I didn't
I'm
watch
looking
the
her
OC.
up right now.
I'm gonna look her up too.
Okay.
Rachel
Oh, she's
Lee
she's
Cook.
kind of mousy.
She is mousy.
That's
Yeah.
not a bad thing.
She was on Psych for a while. She is the voice of Tifa nowadays.
She's definitely not in the OC.
No, she's not. She was in She's All That. That was like her first thing.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, she was. And Josie and the Pussycats.
Let's not talk about that.
And Antitrust.
So-
And Nancy Drew.
She's cute. I like her.
Yeah. So kind of a reach of a pick. I don't even remember why, to be honest. Maybe it was She's All That. I don't remember if I watched that in high school or not, but she was like my first celebrity crush. I don't know why.
I don't know, guys. 3 names. That's danger territory for me. If you can't get what you need to get in 2 names, then you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, but there's another Rachel Cook.
Still.
You know how it goes in Hollywood. Like if somebody else gets your name first and they're gonna have that IMDb page, you're kind of screwed.
Hmm.
So you got to put
that's-
an
that's
initial, a middle name. You put a change spelling or something, but you got to do something to stand out. And
All
maybe
right.
I don't know if that was it or not, but I'm just saying there's a way that they're not a stripper or a serial killer. There's a way.
Rachel Lee Cook. She
Yeah.
was big time about 10 years ago.
Yeah, well, again,
Just kidding. I have some of those too.
okay. I was gonna say she's like almost 40 now, which is sad because it makes me feel old too. Whoops.
Michelle, you are next with number 8.
Ocho.
Okay. Lee Pace.
I mean, good pick.
He's
Awesome.
so cute.
I love
No,
how
he's a great actor. He's amazing as Thranduil in The Hobbit, which is the only good thing about those movies. Let's be honest.
I really admired his refusal to speak in more than one tone during Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought that was pretty dedicated.
I love him. He's like a real life elf. He's wonderful and pure.
He's
And
okay.
a very, very good actor, I will say. Like, what is that movie where he's in? I can't remember it now. Wow, good stuff, I know.
Mhm.
You're selling me,
he's
for
really
sure.
talented.
Pushing Daisies.
Pushing Daisies! So cute.
That was like his start. Like, well,
Hmm?
at least when I heard of him first.
No, I think that was
And that's
pretty
all
much
that
where he got to
matters,
start.
so.
I think that's the first time I had ever heard of him. I didn't see it, but
Adorable.
So I still have a wild card spot open. The problem is now they're getting pushed up, probably higher than they should be, but it's because you two have failed to inspire me.
Oh,
So
come
do
on.
better. Lee Pace. You said Lee Pace. You want
He's
anything against?
beautiful. Look up a picture of him right now and tell me he's not
Yeah, I
beautiful.
know a picture of him. It's with black
Do
and
it.
blue makeup. I know
What?
what Lee Pace looks like.
Do it. He's so cute.
I have a guy next.
Okay.
His name is Cillian, and his last name is Murphy. And I like him a lot.
I love him. He was almost on my list. Like
I like him in every movie that he's in, and especially in Batman Begins. He is
so
like
good.
So I realized he was mesmerizing in a lot of his scenes, partially just because he was so good looking. I was like, wow. I can't look away from your scarecrow face.
Isn't what's his face, the director of those movies, like obsessed with him? Like
Well, he's in
Christopher
every
Nolan.
one of his movies.
Yeah.
So
Christopher
it must
Nolan.
be-
Isn't Christopher Nolan like? I think he's like said before that he just finds him just so attractive.
Yeah, he's part of that crew. It just gets to keep on coming back.
Yeah.
I wish he was in a bigger role in Inception. But he was in it at least, so that was good.
So good. He's good in like everything. Like everything he's done is super good.
I totally forgot he was in 28 Days Later, and I love that. It's like one of my
Yes.
favorite horror movies.
I love him.
That's got to be one of his like earliest roles, right?
I think so. He was in something before that, and I don't remember.
He was in Sunshine.
Yes.
I don't know when that came out though.
I think
it's,
you're
It's
right.
a good movie. Well, the first half.
Cillian Murphy. Now that we agreed that his name is Cillian and not Killian.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Is it really though?
No, I think it might be Killian because I think.
I was gonna say.
No,
I'm pretty
it
sure
is
it's
Cillian.
Killian.
You're right because we looked it up because I thought it was Killian because I was like, how is it Cillian? That's stupid. That's
Killian,
stupid,
I'm
and you're
pretty sure.
stupid. and
It's
you
like a
should
Welsh
hate
name.
yourself.
Those they don't make any
that's
sense,
true.
like phonetically. So
I think you have to have a K though if you want it to be Killian. I mean, I like the beer. I don't think you get away with a C. Like I'm sorry, it's just not how CI works.
no, but unless you're Welsh, then it doesn't matter at all.
Okay, my number 7 is Hayden Panettiere.
Aww.
Pictured Hayden Christensen.
Yes, you know how much I love him
uh,
and that movie.
Which part? When he was crying about sand, or when he was screaming at his wife?
right, or he's
Which,
crying about his mom, or he's crying about the higher ground.
What got you the most?
When he found out his wife was dead and
When
he
every
screamed.
limb was on fire, or okay.
He's so hot when he's in the lava, and he should be dead, but Palpatine saves him with the magic of the Force. Yeah.
Good stuff.
I'm glad we managed to get that in still.
Where are you?
Yeah, thank God.
Hey, I didn't say Rachel. That's actually a line of his, at least.
I know.
Yeah.
So Hayden
Callback.
Panettiere, I just think of Until Dawn now.
Oh yeah, me too.
That's like the most recent thing she's done lately, yeah?
That's certainly a thing. I mean, I think she's obviously Kyrie, which is not a role that you see her in, but
yeah.
it's going to be interesting to see what Kyrie sounds like in 3, by the way.
Is it not her?
I think it will still be, but
Oh, okay.
how old is she going to be? Will she have a personality? I mean, these are things that we're going to have to find out.
Yeah, good question. The answer is probably no.
Here's
but
my affinity for Hayden Panna, whatever. In Until Dawn, she made it. Well, she kind of has to make it for a while. Like,
Yeah.
She's one of the main characters. I put my controller down on the bed because there was a rumbly part, and I was like, "This is no." It's like you just don't. If you don't move the controller, you're safe. But the controller rumbled and it moved, and a monster. I blew up. She exploded. It was the only time in that game I reset it because I was like, no. You
Yeah.
can take some people away from me, but you can't take Grant Ward and you can't take away Hayden. And that was it. Everybody else was
you
expendable.
can't take away Rami Malek. Oh wait.
Yeah, no, he I think as part of going back and saving her, I let him die.
Yeah,
Huh.
I don't think you can't. I don't think there's any option where. Oh no, there is an option where you can live, but it's not good.
No,
It's not-
yeah, exactly. No, he was screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. He's a Mr. Robot. He's great. But in that game, he was a piece of shit.
You know what? I object. I don't agree with this. He made a lot of mistakes, but he had like severe mental illness, and like I wanted to
Chris,
protect him.
Give me just like the first frat boy phrase that comes to your head right now. Just anything. Frat boy phrase.
What was the one that they used? I can't remember
Bro,
it now.
let's
It
run
was
train on
like-
that girl.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's a line out of Until Dawn.
Okay.
Spoken by Rami Malek. Bro, let's run train on
I
that
don't
girl.
think he said it. I think what's his name did.
Do either one
The
of you
other
have
guy.
Rami Malek on your list?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I was gonna say, then save this for that section, please, because we're not talking about him or Hayden Christensen. We're talking about my pick.
Oh yeah, I was talking about your pick though. I saved her.
Yeah, you saved her because you thought her character was good in that. I mean, a lot of people will know her from Heroes.
And she's cute.
That's like the main thing that she got first really well known for was Heroes. I've heard Nashville's pretty good. It's not really a show I have any interest in watching, but a lot of people do seem to like it. I don't know.
I'm trying to think of the first thing I knew her in, and it was not Heroes, but because I remember liking Heroes because she was in it. Because I knew her from somewhere else, but I don't remember what that was. So
Remember
time
the
to look up her IMDb.
Remember the Titans? Should have been young in
Maybe.
that.
Oh yeah, nah, I was like, oh man, when she was 5, that was so hot.
Man, I was like totally into that. It's my aesthetic.
Yeah, I was like, man, I want to bone my daughter. Let's see, Thierry.
But yeah, that's my number 7.
We can go to you, Michelle, while I look this up.
I mean, it is my turn after all. So, my number 7 is Kristen Ritter.
So,
Nothing.
No,
Crickets.
I like this.
Yeah.
I like this pick. I have a feeling that some people don't see it, and I'm like, I kind of do.
No,
So the problem
especially in Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah,
Junkie Chic. Oh my God, sign me up.
the problem with this now video is I give her side eye, and it doesn't come across on the audio. I was
Yeah.
giving you side eye for Kristen Ritter. She's
Why?
cute, and I really love her character a lot. Her character, she is Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Jessica
And,
Jones, yeah.
I love her so much, and I was watching season 2, and I don't think it's as good as season 1, but I think there's one episode that does the best characterization of her across both seasons, and I love her, and she's like so cute. She like hugs this guy, and she's like, I love you, and I gotta protect like your family, and you're all I have, and I gotta protect you, and it was so cute.
I
She
don't
was, like,
understand why
crying,
you're
like,
mad at
so
me
much.
for this pick.
Well, I know, but
Here's all these things that are great about her. She's
I
terrible.
know.
Why would you put
I
her
know.
there?
She's so. I think she's like
her
straight up
face
hot.
like bothers me though, like not in a bad way, but like in a weird way. She looks weird. She's
You're
weird.
gonna have the same problem with somebody later on my list too. Somebody about her face is just gonna rub you the wrong way.
I mean, that's probably true. I'm still trying to look up. Man, Hayden Panettiere. She is in some bad movies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
She's
no,
in some good
honey.
movies.
It's not like a horrific list, but
No.
there's some clunkers for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, number 7 for you, Shaun.
Oh God, it's me.
Oh no.
Neither of you have failed to inspire me yet. So I went Cillian Murphy last. So I need a
Yes.
girl, and I'm gonna go with Jessica Lawrence is what I wrote down. Jennifer Lawrence is actually her name, and she moved down a bit from
Yeah,
earlier, where she
no.
would have been on my list, which would have been like easily top 5.
Because of a role, because
not
of
higher.
stagnation.
Kind of just annoying overall. I'm
Yeah.
sick of the shtick because I think
bad.
it is a shtick.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going on with that whole Chris Pratt, like, broken marriage thing. And maybe she had nothing to do with it. I just don't like it. So maybe she can prove to me that she's still legit and she's actually as, like, good old girl next door. That's not. Just like a normal person, like, relatable. That's her big selling point, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's
No,
all
she's-
fake.
She's kind of garbage.
So if you can
like
reprove
from
it to
interviews
me.
and stuff, she
Yeah.
just kind of seems like a bad person.
So reprove it to me, Jessica, and maybe we can move up a few spots.
Yes. Good old J-Law, Jessica.
I also originally she was in like some of the X-Men movies, and she was like great, and then she was like she mailed it home in Apocalypse, which that movie kind of sucked, but I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah. No.
I like her a lot in Days of Future Past.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like it was good,
Yeah.
not good.
Well, I mean, we can save some time because my number 6 is Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
See?
So it's not 7 like yours, but I happen to go next, and I'm first to go 6, and that's where she ended up.
Would you
So-
kind of agree with my sentiment, or are you like, no, just that's
No,
where
I
like her?
I think she would have come in at like 4-ish, maybe, I don't know, 3 years ago. She would have been higher. And I don't know. I didn't see X-Men Apocalypse because I heard it was relatively trash. So I'm not sure if that's
Yeah.
exactly what happened with that. But it's the same idea where I think there was a time where I was like, oh, yeah. And then she kind of just fell off the map. And maybe I saw an interview or two with you, like you guys were mentioning, where she just seems, I don't know.
You should still watch it. I think it's worth it. There's some good stuff.
But she's cute as hell. And I haven't even seen the Hunger Games, but, you know, that's fine.
Oh yeah, I didn't like her in the Hunger. Yeah, thank you. I think it's because of I had Katniss in my head, and
That's
she
tough.
wasn't that at all, and she just like was screaming a lot, just screaming all the time.
Yeah.
Like you have it in your head, and she's like, "I volunteer as tribute," and I was like, "I don't." That's not how she said that. She's way cooler than that.
All right.
Is it my
That's what I
turn?
got.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot more to say because we already talked about her, so that's my 6.
Okay. My number 6 is Ezra Miller, and I kind of feel like a creeper for saying it because he's like 25.
Why is
but
that a creeper?
And you're 28, so who cares?
I love
Well, I'm
him.
such a
I think
creeper
he's
for going
so
with
pretty.
someone my own age.
I mean, he looks like he's 18, so that's an
He does.
issue, but
I know, and I actually haven't seen anything that he's been in lately except for Fantastic Beasts, and I loved him in that, even though I didn't love that movie. And like Suicide Squad and like Batman versus get that out of my face.
He was not in Suicide
But I just think
Squad.
he's like really interesting looking. He has a really interesting face, and I like his hair.
He sucked as Flash, and I
Yeah.
can't get over that. I maybe could have agreed with you for like a while because he was kind of cool. He was in
Perks of Being a Wallflower. He's really good.
He was good in that.
He's
for
really
sure.
good in when you talk about Kevin. That movie's fucking crazy. It's so good.
But then he was the Flash, and he does a thing that like Jesse Eisenberg did, where it was like, I have this weird talking mannerism, and I'm just gonna run it into the ground. I'm not gonna talk and maybe that's the script's fault too.
I was gonna say,
I'm sure
is that direction or is that him?
It's
I mean, it's
probably
hard
all
to
of
say.
it,
Yeah,
but-
Yeah, it's probably all of it.
he could have
but-
probably vetoed it if it really was that terrible, and he clearly didn't, even if that was the case.
all of his jokes fell like really flat.
Yikes.
The only
That's
joke
rough.
that worked the whole movie is when he's going super speed, and Superman looks at him, and he's like,
Oh God.
yeah, and his reaction to that is good.
Yeah, that's it. The physical comedy was fine. Anything that came out of his mouth apparently was
Yeah. Good pick, though.
Are you being sarcastic? You don't like any of my
I'm being
picks.
totally sincere.
Very serious. He hates it.
I'm on number 6,
Correct.
and now I gotta go a guy.
Don't have to. You could do 4 guys and then 4 girls. Well, that's not how the math works, but you could.
I'm gonna go Ian McGregor. He's a little older now. Don't like shake your head, like bounce back and forth, like it's not a good pick.
Indifference.
So I'm glad we went with the attractive thing because, yeah, he's good looking for sure. But 2 roles for him define his attractiveness. One of them is Star Wars, which is funny because it ruined Hayden Christensen.
Sure did.
But like his Obi-Wan is like, I love it.
It's good.
I will watch those movies still. He's a big part of it.
And he doesn't even do much in episode 1. Rewatching that
No.
one we did recently, I'm like, holy cow, he really doesn't do a whole lot of anything in this movie.
Mainly episode 3. That's his like big
Yeah.
movie.
He
Episode
steps up
2,
in
he's not in
2,
a
he gets
lot.
a little bit more, and then 3
Yeah.
is definitely his coming out.
He's like a major character in 3, and I almost wouldn't even say that in the first 2.
Yeah.
He's there. And then Big Fish. He's great in Big Fish. I mean, I
Oh
love Big
yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Regret.
Fish. Him and Big
Feeling-
Fish is great. And then I love him after that. So like every movie, he was in that Hurricane movie. He was great there.
I want to watch Big Fish so bad.
Tom Holland was also in the Hurricane movie, but he's not on my list because he's 12.
Yeah, it's a problem, right?
So
Ewan McGregor's 47.
yeah.
Holy shit.
I would have guessed like 43 or something and been off.
Well, I know Maisie likes him
Whoa.
too, and she's like, his wife is ugly. And I was like, well, honey, maybe, he has a good personality, or she has a good personality. Also, I think she's just bitter. She wants him. I want him.
Can't have him. My
No.
number 5 is Daniel Craig.
Hey,
Remember I said you were going to be disappointed by number 5. Here we are at number 5.
I mean,
and
I'm not disappointed. I think he's a nice specimen of a man, but he's just too bulky.
yeah, too bulky. His lean cut is very bulky.
I'm sorry.
I mean, he's at his bulkiest in Casino Royale, if you even want to call that bulky. He's even slimmer in the
Chris-
subsequent ones.
You can't see a single bone or rib cage thing.
Right. He doesn't have the body of a 14-year-old boy. Therefore, he is much too ripped to be
Wait,
lovable.
I would say fat, even,
I would
honestly.
probably say fat and grotesque is a word I would
Morbidly
use.
obese, Daniel Craig. Thank
Correct.
you for playing.
I don't even know why you're going to be looking at his body when you're going to be lost in his eyes, because I think his eyes are like his best feature.
That is true.
His eyes are wonderful.
I have a
Yes.
small caveat
Okay.
on your selection.
Does it inspire you yet?
Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace is like,
He gets a little older by the end, there's no
and
doubt, but
he's looking old now. Like, I don't even know he's going to do another one unless they're going to do like James Bond. He's retired. not from the Secret Service, like just he's in a retirement home.
Sure, in a walker.
And that's the whole movie. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting up there. I just made fun of Ewan McGregor, and I think Daniel Craig is a year or two older.
I think Daniel Craig is almost 60.
I think he's like 10 years older.
Look
Is that
it
correct?
up.
What?
Nope, just 50. Okay, I was right.
Shit.
Okay, I was
wrong,
like
by a lot.
And I kind of wonder how much of that was intentional in the latter two movies. Like, he's kind of supposed to be breaking down a bit, and the whole thing is like he's getting older, and the game's passing him by, and all of his allies are dying, and that's like the whole plot of the last two movies. So, because I think I've seen him in interviews recently, he looks about the same still. He's getting older, though, no doubt about it. But
I wish there wasn't such a break. We had that writer strike, and
yeah, that didn't help.
I'm kind of like, I want him to be done a little bit, but then I'm like, he's one of the best, maybe the best Bond. It's okay if he has a couple more movies.
yeah, he's a great Bond, I will say.
He's my favorite. I wasn't in the Sean Connery ones, and they're unwatchable for me at this point. So,
And then there's Pierce Brosnan, who, other than
he's
camp
fine.
value, and he's attractive, but other than camp value, it's hard to go back to those Bond movies after watching the more recent ones.
Yeah, I
think the
took
world
a
is
Bond
around.
class in college, which was really fun,
I
but
watched
it just
their
made me
thesis.
appreciate the new Bond films so much more.
Yeah.
I mean, the camp is fine, and some of the early movies even have some of that in it. Some of the Connerys and the Craigs have some, like, kind of off humor to them, but I like the more serious take. It's just the way I am. You don't have to disagree, or you don't have to agree. I don't care. You're number 5, Michelle.
I agree.
My number 5 is Michael B. Jordan, specifically as Killmonger.
So if he showed up at your house, but he didn't have all the scars, would you be like, just leave?
No, that's fine. The scars don't matter. It's like the hair and the glasses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
She wants the
like,
hipster look.
I was watching it in the theater and I was just like, oh, oh no.
Yeah, I
It was a
remember you
lot for
like
me.
texted me or messaged me and whatever, and it's like, oh look, Michelle just had her first hot flash. That's cute.
Yeah, I like bit my lip in public.
Yeah, it was
So
that
hot.
intense. So to understand that this is her number 5, take that at face value for whatever it means. We don't know yet.
Well, the reason why, and so he would be higher. In fact, he was higher. I just moved him down because it's kind of like I was saying, like flavor of the minute. Like I don't know if it will stick. I don't know if my attraction will stick. The other ones have been consistently on my list for like years, so I
would
had to
guess
put
it's
them
not
higher.
going to stick because he's in way too good of shape and way too good of a person. So I'm sure he's going to fall out.
Right, and he
of
looks
your
his
top
age.
10.
Looks his age, so that can't be a criterion either.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah, let's just
Been
throw him in the
fun.
garbage right now. Pick a new number 5.
All right. So I have to go with a girl.
This is
as
so
my number
arbitrary, Sean.
What?
This is so arbitrary.
I know.
You're like ping pong with the gender.
I have to. I'm going to go with Anne Hathaway.
Aww,
She was
I almost
close.
put her on my list.
She fell a little bit because she was way up there just because she hasn't been in a lot lately. And then she hosted the Oscars, and that was a train wreck.
She was in
Um,
Colossal, and that was good.
Yeah, I heard that was good.
It's really
I haven't
good.
seen it yet,
It's shockingly, it's super weird. Like you think you know where it's going, and you have no idea. And it's good though. It's
She
worth
was-
seeing.
She was good in Interstellar.
That movie is awful. So.
No, it's not. It's not awful.
It's so
It's not great, but it's not awful.
I hated
Don't you
it.
remember when Matt
so
Damon showed
much.
up and he was like, "Hey," and then screwed everybody? Matt Damon, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I like her. She's very attractive.
Hey!
But I do want to also say I did not like her like Princess Diaries. I liked her
I did.
after that. Because had I liked her in Princess Diaries, I probably would have been a child molester.
Yeah, so it might make you a pedophile. I'm going to look up and see how old she was in that.
She was probably like 17 or 18.
Probably 18 playing somebody younger.
Now,
but
for the record, I never saw Princess Diaries. So
I did.
It's fun. I love it.
Okay.
It's so
Come
cute.
on.
Interstellar, horse shit. Princess Diaries, it's fun though.
Okay, but Julie Andrews, though.
I mean, she has a good voice.
You hear that, Julie Andrews? You have a good voice. 2001. That was 17 years ago. She's 35, so 18, yes.
Okay.
Okay, that's now we're in the elite four.
I mean, I'm here for Catwoman, by the way, so.
Yes. She was good.
Halle
as
Berry.
Cat-
Yeah, well, and
Yes.
I just kind of like her in general. So like the fact that she and Christian Bale got to be happy together at the end of the trilogy, if you believe that's the real ending,
I do.
yeah, I do too. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yay, they get to have happiness because they haven't. Oh boy,
That's cute.
yay. Okay.
Nothing to me is indicated in that series that I should be looking for. Oh, this is probably just a dream.
I don't want to go down that road. That just sounds like
No.
English 205 hyper reading into something bullshit.
I also found more evidence that the end of Inception is real, and I like that too. So
More evidence. Stay tuned at 11.
it's his ring. It's always off in the dream and on, or the opposite. And then in that last sequence, it indicates that it's real.
Oh, that's cool, actually.
Yeah.
All right, so my number 4, it was a former number 1 candidate, and I guess sort of like Jennifer Lawrence has fallen off a little bit more recently for a couple reasons, and that's Scarlett Johansson.
Oh yeah. Why'd she fall?
I think Black Widow is part of why. I think just that scene with the Hulk might have dropped her a spot,
Well,
and that's not really her fault on its own necessarily. Obviously, again, the way the scene was written, the choices they made to get to that point are as bad as the delivery of said scene. But that one definitely hurt. And again, it's like, what has she done that I've loved recently? And I don't know that I have an answer for that.
a better answer, Chris. Although yours is not bad. Yeah, of why she fell. I'm not going to argue she shouldn't be on the list. She's Scarlett Johansson, but Ghost in the Shell, not good.
Yeah, that's bad.
Not even a little bit good. And Black Widow. It's weird because she's sort of sexualized, and I don't like that, but she's actually really cool in those movies, so I do like. So it's kind of like a wash. She earns some points, and then she loses some points.
Yeah, and I don't know that she's hyper-sexualized, but there's definitely some aspect of it. You can't deny that much. And I guess the skin-tight suit gets me, because that's 2 in a row now that we've talked about that. I'm like, yep, I'm here for that.
Yeah. She's not even the most attractive woman in the Marvel movies, though, I think.
Elizabeth Olsen?
Yep.
I agree.
She was so close on my list. If only her character were a little more prominent in that movie.
That's
I'd
kind
probably
of a
be
problem
like,
for me, too. She's like top 15. She wasn't close to last cut, but she was somebody whose name I was like, and then I didn't, but there he
I've
goes.
also forgiven the scene with her and the Hulk a little bit because of what they did with it in Thor Ragnarok. I thought
Yeah.
Hulk touching Bruce Banner for like 45 minutes and just say, the sun is setting, it's going to be okay, big guy, like, was really funny. Michelle's not laughing because she still hasn't seen that movie.
Oops.
Somehow, even though we gave it a strong recommendation, it's one of those things on her list that she will just never watch.
I just bought it, and it right now is sitting on my shelf as the movie that I want to watch more than any other movie I own.
I really want to watch it. It just hasn't happened yet.
Just hasn't happened.
You
If
got the
only
talking
could
done.
Control those things in your life.
I know. I don't want to watch it by myself.
Well, you could watch it here, but your time is kind of on a premium. So
Yeah, it is.
anyway, ScarJo, good choice.
Yeah. Number
Scarjo.
4. Michelle.
My number 4 is Rami Malek.
All right, we can finally talk about it. Just kidding, we did earlier. Sean, you're number 4.
That's so mean.
All right, fine, talk about him.
I love him.
It's the
He's
closest
so
Michelle has ever
talented.
come
He's so
to-
tiny and cute.
You'll just trample her when it's her turn
I
to
know.
talk. You never do
Yeah,
that, though.
come
He does
on.
not
I
do
know, I
that.
didn't do that.
He's
She trampled me,
adorable.
in fact.
My,
I started first.
my adorable bug-eyed boy.
He is. I mean, he's great because he looks like he's strung out 24/7. So
See,
that's.
this is the theme, though. I like me some junky, strung-out looking people.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm glad you clarified.
I want to care for them,
Oh, I want to nurse him back to health.
Mhm.
and then do heroin with them.
Yeah,
Sure.
there you go. And then I want to spiral back into my addiction
Off
with
of
them.
them.
too.
Just do heroin off of their prepubescent abs. It's fine. Don't worry about that. Because if you have abs like The Rock, the cocaine would get stuck in the crevices, and that's no
We
good.
can't have that. That's
Rami-
what I'm talking about.
He seems cool, and he's a very good actor, and he has huge eyes. So
He has
I'm not
huge
going to say
eyes.
it was a worst pick.
I love him.
But that was your number 4 also, so that... Okay.
You're going to be unhappy with my number 3, but we're not quite there yet.
It's Rami Malek.
Yes.
Okay.
His big eyes.
So now I got to go back to the guys. It's my last guy, so one of you all better inspire me here soon. Chris Evans.
I mean, yeah.
What do I have to say? He can do like lean kind of whatever as the Human Torch. He can do huge Captain America. He has a beard now, and that's still looking great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
He's a good actor. He does a lot of his own stunts. I don't know about
He's
all
like
of them.
real life Cap too.
Yeah.
He's so good.
He's sweet. He's like the body type that I probably would tell my like personal trainer that I want to get to, knowing that I could never get that huge. So I don't think ideally I'd want to be quite that big, but like it's very close.
I
like a
like
heart
that he's
shape.
on your list, and I like that he's so high up on your list. He's not on my list because he's just too beefy for me.
Here we go.
But like it's raw muscle, man.
I know. That's why, though. Like, and I agree with every single point you made. It's just I don't feel that much attraction for him.
I
think I like Chris Evans best in Scott Pilgrim.
I mean he's great in that too.
Not that he's not great as Cap or anything like that. It's clearly his definitive role, and like it's iconic at this point. I just like the fact that he's a smarmy douchebag, and he's kind of like in between, not like trim Cap and bulky Cap. So he's like the happy medium.
Yeah. I just watched the movie the other day. He's great. I laughed the whole time.
All right. My number 3, if any of you have even heard of this person, I will be stunned, is Lisa Foyles.
Nope.
Anybody?
Going to Google.
Anybody? Yeah, you might want to Google this
Probably
one.
like a sports caster.
How do you
person.
spell
Nope.
her last name?
Foiles.
Like tinfoil.
With an ES, yes. So she was in All That, the Nickelodeon show,
Oh yeah.
which was not when I started liking her, but
Yeah, right, Chris.
I mean, I was the right age, so I guess it's not a huge deal, even if it was, that's fine. But it's kind of like the Maria Sharapova thing. I like her a lot more than I should have just because she was around my age at the time. Yeah, probably. Notice she's nowhere on this list or anywhere close. Lisa kind of has like more of a niche YouTube thing going now, but she definitely meets my aesthetic in a lot of ways.
She looks like Ellie Kemper.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, I
Younger.
can see that.
Younger, yeah. But yeah, sort of like
She's
Ellie
like
Kemper.
super boobalicious.
I'm not seeing that in mine.
Am I looking at the wrong person?
No, I'm looking at one. It's all her face, and then one where she's pregnant.
Ah, that's my aesthetic. You found it.
Oh
I
yeah.
see-
Oh yeah.
I love someone was here signs on my women. That's what I like the most.
There you go.
Yeah, typically
you like redheads.
I kind of like redheads. Yeah, I guess it's more of a thing that I think I would think that it is, but it's also not like my primary thing. I think brunettes are my favorite. It's those two, and then blondes are way down low.
Way down low.
And I know I had 2 of blondes on my list, but that's fine.
Oh yeah, you're right, Michelle, and she knows it.
She does. She very much knows it.
Yeah, it's typically a bigger rack than I appreciate, but on her it's fine.
They're nice. Like those are some A+.
Just take our word for it, audio listeners, or go look for it yourself. Do some research.
Do it. They're good.
I don't know that it's real. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Anyways,
I think
saw,
they
like, an old
are.
picture and.
I'm like looking.
Anyways,
Detectives,
Yeah.
go.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
Number 3. Okay, I'm like oscillating. I'm not sure which one between 2 and 3, so I'm just gonna. Okay, I'll just do it. Oscar
a coin.
Isaac's my number 3.
Oh. Okay, Oscar Isaac.
What?
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac.
all right.
I just think he is beautiful and incredibly talented. I love like everything he does. He pretty much makes the new Star Wars movies, in my opinion, even though his character is problematic. I just think he's really good. He's just really, I love him. I love him so much. He's marriage material.
He would have been higher if not for how frustrating he was in The Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. His character is fine. It's how they wrote the script that is so problematic.
I mean, but
Yeah, again, chicken egg, right?
Yeah, it's true.
like that to me, it's like his performance. You can say, well, they wrote the script bad, so he didn't have a lot to work with. The character, like that is the script. Like that's the plot.
I
So
like
saying
his character
character's
though.
fine. I don't know.
His character, like the actual like bottom line of the character is fine. It's just like they didn't address it well at all.
I feel like his performance is above average at best, considering what he was given. But I wouldn't say like he was the reason why it looked terrible. I think it was okay, again, given the material that he
Yeah.
had to work with. But
But I really like him in other than Star Wars stuff. Like Ex Machina was so
He was really good in
good
that. Oh my god,
and
he was scary in that.
very
He's
scary.
such a
Inside Llewyn
douchebag.
Davis, he's amazing. I really respect him, and I think he's beautiful. So
I think
he goes way up there.
I think he needs to have longer hair. I've seen pictures of him with
Yes!
like short hair, and it, mm-mm.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Long hair for that man. He has beautiful hair. It's just like grow that shit out. I want it. I want to like pull it or something.
Pull it back as I peg him. All right, anyways.
Sean's face.
Yeah,
I'm
see?
really glad we had video just so I could have seen that. That
Exactly.
was
Go to
worth it.
youtube.com/objection networks to see Sean's face.
Hell yeah. That's my turn.
Yes, number 3.
Nah, jeez.
We're getting to the end.
Oh, I'm selling this Lisa Foyles girl.
I was too.
So,
Because it's a good pick or bad?
it's good. It's good. It's good. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's good.
I'm back on a girls. Allison Brie.
I had a
Yeah, that's
feeling.
shocking
She
to me.
was way up there, and then she fell a little bit, and now she's way up there again because I remembered her. And hot damn.
Have you considered watching Glow just because she stars in it? I've heard it's good. It's about
I've
wrestling.
heard Glow's great.
Which is not your
Probably.
thing, but it's Allison Brie
Probably.
led.
Yeah. I want to finish
She's-
Community. Because
So-
of her.
I completely 100% agree. Like just looking at pictures of her, like she's stunning. I've seen nothing that she's in, so it's hard for me to know.
She's also done like interviews, and she's so cute in the interviews.
Yeah, she does
this
come
one
across as-
picture.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
She comes across as pretty
Gosh.
genuine.
They had a one where like she had to like make weird noises, and she was just like, all right, I'll try this, and she was like laughing and just having a great time, and
Aww.
I was like, that's legit.
So,
I like
mean,
her a lot.
I agree that she has kind of a weird intersect in her career where if you haven't seen Community or Mad Men,
Yeah.
you're probably SOL. And again, like Glow was pretty well reviewed recently, but that was a Netflix exclusive. It wasn't like hugely prominent. And the other downside is she's married to Dave Franco, which is just unacceptable to me.
I like
Dave
Dave Franco.
Well, your exposure to
That's
Dave Franco is
weird.
different than mine because he's in season 9 of Scrubs.
Yeah, right. I get that.
And he is an asshole in season 9 of Scrubs. He's by far the worst part of a bad season.
Ooh.
I
That's
like
his-
Dave
it's his
Franco.
character, and I hold it against him, and it's not even fair because he's done good stuff since then. But again, like you've even said before, that first impression
Oh, yeah.
is so important, and his was bad. So that also hurts
man.
Allison Brie for me, even though that's not fair either.
God, I want to be in a threesome with them, and be a pitcher and a catcher
I see.
with both of them.
Right, the sandwich.
And yeah, I am really excited for that. Allison Brie, very nice looking gal.
Number 2 is a new addition for me, and it's not only because of something recent, but it was definitely like an additive factor, and that's Karen Gillan,
Oh yeah,
who Michelle has on the record called a butterface.
Okay, I was kidding.
Was she kidding though, or was her
I
face a little
was.
too round for Michelle's gaunt standards?
it
Yeah,
is
her
very
face is
round. It's
round.
not like chubby, but it's like a circle, which
It's
is why
very
she's so good as the bald chick.
As
'Cause
Gamora, yeah.
yeah, no, not her. The
No,
other
it's
one.
oh god, what's her
Yeah,
name?
it's what's her name?
I almost had it.
I'm gonna look it up.
Metalhead.
Nebula.
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 That's it.
Nebula, yeah.
So
Gamora's
I
the
think
green
she's really
one.
attractive. I just don't like her face. I'm
comes
not
the
saying it's
backpedal.
not attractive. I'm saying I'm not attracted to her face.
She was looking great in Jumanji. Although I wonder if her abs were airbrushed on. I had that thought the other day.
No,
But
she worked hard for those. Those were real.
I just imagine Shaun like waking up like a cold sweat in the middle of the night, and he's just like,
Was that Photoshop?
yeah,
So I mean, I was first exposed to her with Doctor Who. I have a couple people in my family who are like obsessed with that show, and I was like, "Who the hell is that? Damn!" But then, like, yeah, Jumanji was the tipping point because she got like super athletic and fit, and that's a plus for me. So, yeah, Karen
All
Gillan,
right.
number 2. Surprised at
Yeah.
how high she ended up, but don't regret
another
it.
redhead.
Another redhead. My last one's not.
My number 2 is sometimes a redhead, Emma Stone.
So I don't
love
know.
her.
It's weird for me. I think she's attractive. I don't think there's any doubt about it. And maybe a few years ago she might have cracked the top 10 for me, but I don't know. Maybe it's just
There's
because I
just-
haven't seen La La Land, but there's nothing recently where I'm like, that's her. I like her.
There's just something about her that I'm like really like captivated by. I love her voice like so much. Like not like singing voice, like just her speaking voice is like really strangely alluring. And I just think she's adorable, and I think she's a good actress too.
Michelle hated La La Land, Chris.
I didn't like
Yeah,
it.
she
Though I
didn't
thought the
like
ending
it.
was beautifully done. I just
Too
didn't care about
mainstream.
the characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, too mainstream, 2
Too
out of 10.
mainstream, too white,
Chubby
too
face.
hetero.
I
for
mean,
Michelle.
yeah, all of those things are true.
She's okay. I liked her a lot in the Spider-Mans. Spider-Mans. She's
Spider
like the best
Menses.
part.
Yeah,
She really is actually the best part of both of those movies.
I agree with that without much hesitation.
she's really good in Birdman, like really good.
She's really good. I forgot she was in that because she
Yes.
was so good.
I like her in Zombieland.
So good in Zombie. Yeah, that was actually when the crush formed for Emma Stone was in Zombieland.
That was probably
That was a
her
good
peak
one.
for me.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's been downhill
Yeah.
since then, unfortunately, and that was like 2011.
Downhill, my goodness.
For me.
No, she's stunning.
stunningly annoying. No, she's fine.
What?
She's fine. No, she's actually good. I don't mind her. She's not like Jennifer Lawrence for me, where it's like go away.
Yeah, I like her.
She almost got go away when she was in that Aloha movie where she's supposed to be Hawaiian or Asian, and you're like, yeah, I can
that's-
definitely see that
That's not.
with how translucent your skin is.
Yeah.
I should
Maybe
probably,
not so
I should
much.
probably watch Battle of the Sexes. I mean, I'm a sports fan. It's Billie Jean King. Steve Carell's in it too, but I haven't seen it. I also really liked her in The Croods. Shaun, you're number 2.
Yeah, what a good movie. So my number 2 is actually Alison Brie. Because now the wild card, you forced my hand. Neither of you have inspired me with anything. So it's going to go back up to my number 10, my true number 10. And it's going to be a mix. I don't know who yet.
Let's imagine people have like a baseball-style scorecard at home, and they're furiously crossing names out, moving them up a spot, grumbling to themselves.
Shit, I forgot one of them. I guess it's just as
Ryan
well.
Gosling.
No. There was 2 of them. And
This is the
they're
worst.
both on like Marvel shows. But I thought of another one now instead. David Tennant was the one I remembered. And like I love him. He is
Oh no.
gorgeous. What do you mean?
Look
me,
at
like,
the look
whatever.
Michelle's giving. If you
just-
can look.
David Tennant
It's
is a
fine.
handsome man.
Your list baffles me.
I'm surprised because he could really easily go for like a drug addict. Like
Yeah.
if I walked outside in the bad part of Flagstaff and I looked in a ditch to find a dead hobo, it could look like David Tennant. So
And
I don't know what your
he's
problem
pretty
is.
scrawny. He looks like Michelle's size, although he's tall. I think he's like 6 foot. So he's a little
Oh.
taller than Michelle typically likes, but he's scrawny and small, as she likes to say.
He looks like he's a mule for heroin. I don't
Yes.
know what your problem is.
That does up the interest, that's for sure.
And so again, watching Jessica Jones and his absence is bothersome, and it's leaving a hole inside of me, even though he was a horrible person.
Yeah.
And then John Bernthal is doing a lot for me lately as the Punisher. He was in Walking Dead, and I wasn't. I mean, no, he is Shane.
Well,
He's a little too hardcore.
you don't want any part of that show right now, anyways. So.
Yeah. But no, John Bernthal, Michelle. He's so intense. I
don't
feel
know
like
that
he would
it's-
protect me in his big manly arms.
John Byrne. What?
he's too manly for you, Michelle. Bernthal, Bernthal.
Oh, he's way too manly.
Well,
Overloaded man.
Ew.
Oh,
so that's
we
a
got
tie for my number 10.
we got an
Like,
active
ew. Ew, he's so masculine and handsome.
Like, not only do I not think he's attractive, I think he's actively unattractive.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I'm gonna
dear.
look at these pictures that you're looking at.
I don't think this
There's
is how
like
we
one
want
where
this
he's
to
like
go.
from high school, and you're like, ew.
This is unfortunate.
I'm gonna look
I
it up.
can't see it. I'm sorry. I'm sure he's lovely.
I'm sure he's a lovely person. Oh my God, yeah, no, he's pretty. Oh man, he's fierce looking in this one. Wow.
Wow.
He was in Baby Driver too for like 2 seconds.
Well,
God.
I just don't. I mean, I don't know what you're looking for anymore.
not men.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Hey, I like men.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Men with air quotes that the cameras are only
Oh,
picking
come
up.
on. Just because I don't like the toxic masculinity expectations of men doesn't mean that I don't like men.
Or we could just say that you like women and boys.
I'm
No!
sorry that John
Either way.
Bernthal doesn't have 3 pounds of luxurious mop head hair on his head.
That's
Oh
correct.
my God. I mean, that would help. It would help
It would
because
not-
I don't know
it
what's
would
happening
not
here.
help.
But what?
Look at this man. It would not help. Oh, that's just
Well,
a
it'll,
bright
focus,
screen.
it'll focus. You have to give it time.
do
You
it.
can't
Do
just
it.
show bright lights at it. There you go.
God.
We're getting there.
There's nothing
It's
for me
Probably a
there.
little too close. There you go.
Look at him. Look at that one. On the one on there, he looks like he's getting ready to like reach down and pull me out of a burning building. And he's like,
Yeah.
"Don't worry, I will save you." He's that has no accent, but that's what I imagine in my fantasy of John Bernthal.
Is he the bad guy, like soldier dude from the second Captain America movie?
No,
That's somebody else. He looks kind
that's
of like him.
Frank Grillo,
Ah,
and he is also an attractive, manly man.
okay.
Wait. Let me see.
Frank Grillo.
We're all doing
I'm
research. Here we go.
I'm trying to. It might be Grillo, but
Grillo, yeah.
Yeah.
it's 2 L's in a row.
He's better. Like they look like the same person.
No,
He's
Michelle.
52. Holy cow. Damn.
Oh, what's his hair? What is happening?
He has the same like comb over douchebag hair as what's his
Look
name?
at him.
There you
Look
go.
at him.
Look at
I'm
him.
looking and I'm not impressed.
Like you're not gonna win her over.
I
There's
just-
nothing to win over.
I can't.
Nothing there. Just a husk of a woman.
I can't deal with it anymore. I wish I was a mix of Frank Grillo and John Bernthal. And Michelle's like, ew.
I am like
I don't
ew,
even
not,
know what that is.
Not my
Right.
taste. Not my taste.
Let's get to number one, shall we? Maybe we can wash the stank out of this because we went back to
Yeah.
tens that she didn't like, but really those were
I know.
tens, so it was okay. We've been agreeing for the most part since then.
He's nothing
I know.
like Neutral Milk Hotel.
Jeff would blow all of your dudes out of the water.
Yeah, he sure
Yeah, he
would
would.
blow
He
him,
definitely
wouldn't
would
he?
blow all of our
yeah,
dudes.
that's what you probably like the most.
100%. He would blow all of our dudes and then do copious amounts of blow.
I love him.
My number one is Olivia Wilde.
Yay! I almost put her on my list, but then I didn't for some reason. But I'm glad you have her on there.
Sean's not gonna like that because of her face.
So I shrug, and the problem is, I want her on your list, but like now the problem is it's number one, and there's a lot of scrutiny, and like I loved her as Cora in Tron. She made that
So
movie
Mm-hmm.
be like she took it from like watchable to like pretty good.
Yeah.
She took that movie from like really almost unwatchable to actually decent.
I'm so glad you clarified that huge difference.
She's maybe the best thing in
it's-
Cowboys and Aliens, which is garbage, granted, but
I love that movie, like ironically, but she's the best part of that movie as well.
yeah. So I mean, she's good about salvaging mediocre to bad projects.
Yes.
I like her in Drinking Buddies.
Oh yeah, I was gonna bring that up because I like her with Nick.
I like her in
What?
House.
Nick Miller, it's his name in New Girl. I don't know what his real name is.
Yeah, he always calls him that.
He's Nick
She
Miller.
was good in Butter.
Oh, she'd be good in Butter, all right.
It's a good movie. Whatever.
So yeah, my number one,
Oh,
Olivia
I get-
Wilde.
I mean,
I'm happy with that number one.
I don't
for
know
you,
if it's
Chris.
a number one, but it's a good. I mean, it's Olivia Wilde. Like maybe one of the
Well-
most gorgeous people on the whole planet. So I can't poo-poo it.
This is kind of a snapshot of the moment too. Maybe Karen Gillan ends up going that high, but at this point, it's still kind of like early in her career, and maybe like ScarJo would have been number one a few years ago, but she's fallen off. So I'm kind of in flux right now.
Chris, how can Karen be number one? Olivia Wilde was in Butter. She has a butter face.
That's true. How can I possibly love someone with rounded cheeks?
Yes.
As
how-
opposed to sharp, angular, Green Goblin-esque,
Yeah.
jaundiced
Jaundiced also works.
Yeah, jaunty, jaundiced cheeks.
I'm sorry. I have a certain aesthetic.
It's better if their eyes are so bloodshot you can't even tell what color their
That's
eyes
correct.
are.
Here comes number one. Everybody in America, brace yourselves.
Everybody knows, I think by this point, the kind of person that I'm attracted to. My number one is Aubrey Plaza.
That's,
I just
that's not a
love
good
her.
number one, but that's
What?
so much better than anything I thought you were going to say. So I'm really conflicted.
Yeah, your expectations were set so low that now that she's cleared the bar by at least a somewhat sizable margin, you're like, whoa.
I was half expecting Jeff Sweater as your number one. So a real person and a nice person at that.
I like Julian Costner's singing song.
I love them very much, but we're talking like celebrities here, and so I had to keep that in mind. I adore Aubrey Plaza. Like, I think she's just, like, so hot, but I also think she's just, like, I would love to hang with her. I want to be her best friend, but I also would like to marry her.
She's okay.
So.
She's like the same person in every movie, just about.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, but I feel like that's just her personality as well, and I'm down with that.
I think that Aubrey Plaza is essentially a stylized version of what Michelle wishes she could be.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
nice.
It's true. It's true.
You're too nice. I'm more okay with it since Legion. If this was just Aubrey Plaza and all I knew her from was A Few Bad Movies and Parks and Rec. Well, I know. Parks and Rec and A Few Bad Movies. If that's all I knew her from, I'd be like, eh.
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, same. I mean, my point is in Legion, she actually kind of is playing someone different. And I think that that's cool. And she's great. She's great. You ain't even got to the musical number in Legion yet that she does.
No, I haven't.
So I can't even talk to you.
I'm sorry. I'm sure I'll like it when I get there.
I can't take your recommendations. I'm too busy crying in my bed listening to music with my eyes closed.
Yeah. What of it?
Anybody like have an honorable mention that you didn't get to mention that you want to? Like for me, one person that was really close that we didn't talk about was Anna Kendrick.
Oh man, she's not even on my list anymore. She fell off.
What? I'm shocked.
She probably
I was like waiting.
She probably would have been the number 10. Like
Shaun.
maybe even higher. I forgot about her. We planned this in like 2 minutes.
That's why I said we should do research for this, but
No, it's okay.
But hey, again, we're not like locking these in forever. It's not like, well, I had to like Olivia Wilde as my best actress forever now.
Shaun, you haven't done your number 1 yet.
No, I know. Had you said Anna Kendrick, that would have influenced my wild card. And maybe it would have even been like the number 2. It might have actually worked for the spot that it was in.
That's true. And it would have covered up the fact that you didn't know.
Yeah. But yeah, that's okay.
She was like 11. She was definitely the last cut.
She hasn't been in a lot lately. So
I mean, Pitch Perfect 3, which I had no interest in seeing.
I got a little sick of
those.
And I loved the first one. Like, it's one of my favorite movies. Second one was not that great. It was fine. And I heard the third one is actually not good. So.
I didn't need more of the same formula.
Yeah.
No.
Even by the end of 2, certainly not 3. All right, you're number 1, Shaun.
Oh,
the
is
last
this
one.
Me?
Yeah.
You all know this already. If you remember, it's that Alexandria Daddario girl. She is
what?
Fire. She is the most. Other than Maisie, she's the most attractive person on the whole planet.
Is she like your?
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, you don't know that? Or are you looking at her and you're like, I can't buy it?
I don't buy it.
I just want you to know, Michelle, I looked up Alexandra Daddario and the Google finished it with eyes. And I was like, you know what, Google, you're right. You're right.
She has nice eyes.
She's not even wearing eyeliner. Just kidding. I think she is.
Yeah, totally wearing a lot of makeup here.
Look at that.
She's cute. I don't think
she just saw something scary.
I wouldn't even call her hot.
She looks like a
what?
She looks like a hybrid of Anna Kendrick and Avril Lavigne.
Michelle, if that's not attractive, I don't think we can be friends anymore.
I'm not saying she's unattractive. She is. I just wouldn't even give her a second glance.
No, well, are you kidding me? Yeah, because you would be struck dead if you saw her in person. She's like a god. You can't. You look, you die. Did you ever read
this
Greek
picture's
mythology?
better.
There are some pictures of her that are better than others.
Yeah, welcome to being alive.
I guess that's true, but in her case, the very first one that comes up is probably her least flattering of the whole set.
I mean,
it's tough.
Her eyes are beautiful. They're great.
Yeah, they're a great compliment for the rest of her.
Right, but we know that Michelle's not looking at eyes; she's looking specifically at body mass.
Oh yeah, sorry she's so fat, Michelle.
If the person can bench press her, that's no good. If they have any kind of fat on their cheeks whatsoever, that's no bueno.
She's like
her body's nice. I don't like her face. I'm
like
sorry.
A size 1.
Michelle's worried about face.
I need a -2. I didn't know Michelle was gonna be the one that was body shaming in this episode. I'm
not body shaming. I never said they don't look good. I said I don't particularly like this aspect.
Excuse me, Alexandra Daddaria's agent. She needs to lose a few pounds, please. This is from Michelle. I just wanted to relay the message.
It's not what I
Michelle actually said she's a chunkster. So please.
Yeah, words right out of my mouth. Thank you. I appreciate that.
So by the transitive property, then, were you expecting that I was going to be the one to body shame? Because you weren't expecting yourself to, right?
No, no, but I didn't think it was gonna be. I thought it was more likely to be me than Michelle. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
That's fair.
I'm not body shaming. I just don't.
Alexandria's crying because she's like, I work out a lot. You know, I thought I looked pretty thin.
I'm sorry,
Michelle
girl.
Weber from Portland is like too fat.
I just saw a picture of her body. Her body is banging. It's just it's a certain kind of like round face that just I'm not attracted to. It doesn't mean she's not attractive. It just means
Chris,
I personally don't
she
like
doesn't
it.
like round faces.
Karen Gillan, I swear to God, if you're listening, you can still come on the show. I know you're not married. There's a possibility here. Just don't let her comments be the one thing that excludes you.
Please don't.
If our obscurity is the one that does it, that's fine. That's fair. But just not
Chris,
that.
I have to ask you an important question. What if Karen, I hope I can call you Karen, was like, you know what? I really was going to come on that podcast. I just can't believe this girl. She said it around face. And you found that out. What would you do?
Probably be very upset.
Okay,
I would just be like,
I would call Michelle the worst wingman ever permanently for the rest of time.
if I knew I was being a wingman, this would never have come out of my mouth. But
she's so defensive.
I know.
You guys, I'm sorry. Oh my God. I didn't mean it.
I like longer faces on people.
Okay. So you like a horse face.
Yes.
So like Sarah Michelle. No, I'm sorry. Fuck, I ruined the joke. What's her name?
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yes. There was a
Michelle
three
Gellar.
name. It was a Sarah. I was very close.
Yeah.
I like longer faces, and that's just a personal preference. It doesn't mean that these people aren't attractive. They're just not. I'm not like, whoa, baby. Like.
So all I have to do is like start squishing Karen's head so it elongates a bit, or like pulling her down her jaw while I grasp the top of her head, and we'll get there.
Or have her star in BoJack Horseman as Karen.
I do. I love that show.
That's correct.
I'm sorry, Karen. I'm sorry, Alexandra.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
That's all we really wanted was the apology for being so horrible. That's it.
I didn't mean to. I just have a different taste level. I was actually talking to Chris about this earlier, how cool it is that everyone has like different levels of taste, because the world would be really weird and awful if that was not the case. And yeah
Alexander's like nuclear, and your number one is Aubrey Plaza.
What?
Nuclear on fire, and you're like, but a round face.
I don't think that anybody liked anybody else's number one.
Well, Michelle certainly didn't like mine.
No.
I didn't. I think Allison Brie is way prettier.
Well, I'll take that.
How many names overlapped? Just Jennifer Lawrence?
Yes.
No, you didn't have Cillian. I'm surprised.
No, she did not.
No, but like after you mentioned him, I would have probably put him on my like special list and the honorary mention.
Well,
honorable
panties
mention.
And butts were something and
horses and nuts.
Suts.
I'm sorry. I'm flustered because now you guys made me feel bad.
Good. That's what we wanted to do this whole time.
Oh yeah, we made her feel bad. You're the one body shaming people. That's not Chris and I.
Yeah. It's fine. Transfer. That's fine.
You guys made me feel bad when I said all these women were fat.
I hate you,
That
Shaun.
doesn't seem like my problem.
How dare you put me on the spot?
You shouldn't make me feel bad. I hate it.
I like how there's actual video evidence now of you squirming in this too. This is good.
Michelle, my goal is to get you to cry, and then your look will really be complete.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting there. My look will be really complete. What is that supposed to mean?
Your look will finally be complete as like, I don't know, like the sad,
this is careful.
hipster, like you just wrote a song about the guy next door that you've never met and how he spurned you.
But with ridiculous metaphors to what he actually looks like.
Yeah. And in the music video, you have like cards in the window that you're like sending off. But they're like, I have jaundice.
And she's like, I don't care. It makes you more attractive to me.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's the end of this episode. If you've been watching on YouTube, goodbye. I'm waving. If you're listening to the regular channels, that sucks. But
I am not waving.
this is podcast 2.0, so you should probably get with the program, and that's fine. No Tuesday show because we ran an extra long Thursday one, so we'll be back next week. Sans Michelle, who will not be here. So wave goodbye to Michelle.
Wait, I'm not. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're in Mexico, dummy.
You're in Mexico. So it's going to be weird because Chris and I are going to be sharing the audio and the video space, looking
Why don't
deeply
you get
into each other's
Dave?
eyes.
We might have Dave next week, actually. Yes, I was talking to him about that.
Is he going to do video?
Possibly.
God, is his muffin top going to fit in the frame?
Is his
or,
mutton pot?
Is that going to be all right?
No, it's okay. It's
Chris, or-
below. It's below.
I mean, that's true, but
maybe I have like double D breasts below the frame. You don't know
yeah,
that.
but it's kind of like Oompa Loompa at this point, where it just like kind of goes into the neck,
Yeah.
and there's no hiding that.
Maybe Dave comes on camera and his rack's bigger than Lisa Foyle's. I don't know.
I'm hoping that
don't know.
he comes on and he just has like a cartoon face, and there's no actual video.
Right.
And maybe then I can keep my dinner down enough to do a podcast.
And maybe we'll give him mouth flaps, and maybe we won't even bother. Maybe it'll just be a
Probably.
static image the whole time.
Probably not.
And there goes Michelle. That's the other problem, too. If you guys have fits of laughter, there's no escape anymore. You can't just hide.
What if
You're
Dave came on
messing
the
up my
show
winged eyeliner.
Yeah.
and you overwrote all of his dialogue with like, "Boo, boo,
Okay,
I'm
but-
so hungry."
But if we
The
do
whole
that,
time.
I really desperately want it to actually be Dave on camera then, and we just like
Yeah.
redub his lines.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
So that's good. I'm not sure he's going to come on now after all this, but I guess we'll find out, right? There's a first time for everything.
Yeah, he will be like, "I'm gonna come on and show you I have no muffin top."
He comes on with no shirt. You're like, Dave, no. Dave,
What
don't
if
do
he
that.
was? What if he's like Chris Evans ripped when he came on? I'd still say it a muffin top.
I mean, if we gave him more advance notice than 6 days, maybe, but there's no way. There's
Yeah,
no way.
You're right.
He has dad bod.
He does
Yeah.
dad bod because he's a dad.
Yeah, it's
He
fair to
has
have
dad
dad
bod.
bod when you're a dad. It's
Yeah.
not fair if you're one of us and we have dad bod because we're not at that point yet.
I'm never gonna have a dad bod.
Michelle should not have dad bod.
I have a dad bod.
Oh, you do.
Oh, well.
What?
You have a dad bod.
Totes.
You just said you did.
Yeah. I'm
Okay, I'm
agreeing.
just checking.
I'm confirming.
You had a dad bod. Right. Yes. You.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot in common with Dave, except you can still see your feet when you look down. So
This is true.
there's a difference.
You know who probably can't
Yeah.
see their feet when they look down?
Dave.
Lisa Foyles.
Uh,
Well, that was our most shallow episode of the Team Objection podcast ever. Thank you for tuning in.
It was that. You know what was good, Chris? I'm sorry I interrupt your outro. I just want to say we talked so much about the personality and like how it weighed in. And we still said Alexandria's nuclear fire hot, but
Sure.
you know.
And
it's-
by we, you mean you.
But me alone. Chris says she's okay.
Yeah.
Chris?
Yeah.
She might be like top 30 for me, which
Yeah,
is not low.
You're the only one who thought she was like a scumbag. She should quit Hollywood, maybe stop eating a few hamburgers.
Just because of her face.
It really is a
The
face
shape
issue.
of her face
I'm sorry.
disqualifies her completely.
Did you ever see Black Mirror, Michelle?
Yeah.
Do you know the episode 1 million credits or whatever? Merits?
Yeah.
Where they're riding the bikes? Yeah,
Yeah.
you want Alexandria to be like the little like yellow janitors. Just like worthless pieces of shit. You're like,
That is the
Oh,
weirdest
what?
reference you've ever pulled out of your ass.
Yeah.
I'll pick up my juice box, you wanker. And Alexandria's just like crying because she used to be famous.
She looks like a lovely girl.
Yeah.
I
like
just
a
don't wanna
fat,
kiss that
lovely
face.
girl.
Listen, it does sound like a compliment you pay to someone
Like
who's
a
not attractive.
Lovely,
I'm sure
morbidly
she's
obese.
lovely.
I
But-
just wouldn't want to kiss her face. That's all I'm saying.
Man.
She has
That's
a
all I'm
good
saying.
personality. I wouldn't want to be in an airplane with her though. I value my safety too much. So
No. No.
Wow. I don't know. We may have gone too far with shaming Michelle now. Maybe. We'll see.
She said it, not me.
That's true. We didn't do any of this. She brought this on herself.
I feel bad, but only a little bit.
Just some. But only because of her, not because of yourself. I know. Because the off chance that she listens, it would be devastating. Can I outro now?
She wouldn't care.
Yes,
Are you kidding me? She would look at me and be like, that's a shame, and just go about her life.
Yeah, that's what you think, but she's been called beautiful her whole life, Michelle.
That's true.
Because she's a Greek goddess.
Yeah, the adversity of the first time someone said this to her.
You're
Just
literally the
topple her
first
right
one that's
away.
like, ooh, kind of fat.
Ooh, not perfect. Not perfect. Maybe like a 6.5 out of 10 if I'm being generous. And that's rough.
Yeah, no, if I were to give her a score from 1 to 10, she'd be like an 8.5.
Wow.
I'm just like,
She'd
she's
be more
very
attractive if
attractive.
the person that ate her would spit her up. And then I think very attractive.
If she would just star in the movie Face Off and
Yes.
you put anybody else's face on her, even if it was Nicolas Cage, it would be an improvement because the rest of her slamming
And lost
the
20
face.
pounds. And
Right.
then she'd be great. And she'd be perfect
Man,
then.
20 to 200 pounds. That
I
would
mean,
be enough
somewhere
to
in
make
that
it.
range, and then I'm feeling it. If I can see her bones, I want to see her heart beating.
Oh, God. There's another special YouTube-only treat. Make sure you check out the episode. I won't even describe it. That's the end of this episode. In between shows, until next Thursday, you can find us at our website, objectionnetwork.com. The YouTube channel, where you may already be now for the podcast, is youtube.com/objectionnetwork. We're at Team Objection on social media, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, if you're watching the video. And finally, you can send emails to the show to objectionnetwork@gmail.com. See you next time.
Bye.